it's just going to give it a nice little bit of stereo ping pong movement. Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And this video, we're continuing on with the start to finish course that we started in the last video. In that last video, I made a bell arpeggio, which we're going to use as the initial melodic idea for this track. So if you missed that video, go check it out and then catch back up with us. So just a little refresher, here's what that bell arpeggio sounds like. Okay, there you go. I've deleted 3x OSC, which is what I used to make this sound, and all the plugins associated with it, and I'm just going to work with the audio moving forward. As you can also see, I've cleaned things up slightly, so I have a couple other variations, which I talked about in the last video, of this same bell arp, and I've just labeled those and gave them their own different shade of green there. So I'm not sure if or when I'm going to use these other variations, but they're there just in case. I might use them at some point later down the line. But they're here ready to go and muted for right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is add a filter to our bell arpeggio. So let's do that. So I'm definitely going to be filtering this in and out. So I'm going to grab the Moog multi-filter. It's one of my favorite plugins in general, but for filtering especially. So we're just going to just filter this right down. Yeah. We can bring that in and out in the arrangement. Sounds nice. Okay. I also want to give this some more reverb. So I'm going to send this through this auxiliary track here. So let's just push up the send amount. And let's turn up that fader. And we're going to set up a auxiliary track here. So I'm going to use a reverb. So I'm going to use the UAD lexicon 224, which is a fantastic sounding reverb. And it has a really nice kind of atmospheric preset here, which is a good starting point. So I'm just going to rename this. We'll call this Lex Atmo. And we'll send our bells through. Let's just dial that back a little bit. Just open up the filter a little bit. Yeah, just gonna dial that reverb back slightly by pulling down the bass reverb time and the mid slightly and the depth a little bit, just so it's not ringing out for too long. Yeah, then we can play with the send amount in the arrangement perhaps, but for now we'll just dial that back a little bit. Okay. Okay, that's good for now on that. And then let's go ahead and get a kick in here. So I have a kick already picked. That's what it sounds like. It's like a subby, like 808 kick with another kick layered on top. It's already treated and ready to go. So if you want a step-by-step example of how I would go about this process of layering different samples and treating them, then I'm going to link you to this video up here and you can check out that in more detail. But for now, I'm just going to crack on and let's get a kick in here and move forward. So I'm just going to put down a simple pattern here and put down our kick. This kick's at G. I think I'm going to actually tune this down to the F. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. And let's just rename this. Keep things organized as we go. Oops, that's not the color I wanted. There we go. So we got our kick there, and then I'm going to go for a bass in this one instead of like jumping straight into the drums. So let's go to a new pattern, and we're going to grab Reactor. And I will pull up Mr. Monarch, which is one of my favorite synths, especially for bass and lead type sounds. So I am going to just drop a pattern in here. So you're going to make it, we'll just go with 8 bars here. And we'll put this on track 29. Okay. So that's the default sound there. I'm gonna go for something different. So for now, I think I'm just gonna do like a basic sustained bass. And I might just leave a little bit of room on the end. Okay, so we'll just try that for now. We'll just loop it over 4 bars here for a second. Okay. All right, so let's change up the patch here. So I'm thinking I want to do like a really deep square bass, a sustained square bass. So on the range here, let's see, let's turn this one off for now and this one off. So we're just working with oscillator 1, and I'm going to push this up to a square. It's too low. That cutoff down. Okay, so oscillator 1, let's just turn that volume down a little bit. There we go. Okay, and let's add oscillator 2 in. I'll keep it in the same octave range, but this one let's detune slightly, so I'm going to just detune it down a little bit. It's too much, I think. Maybe about there. Yeah, it's nice. Let's detune that about 19 cents down, and then I'm going to just turn this down a little bit as well, so it's not quite as loud as that oscillator 1. Yeah. We'll add a little bit of load there. That's fine. And let's introduce some noise. Let's just go for some white noise, just to make it feel a little bit more, you know, grungy, a little bit more dirty. And I want some of that noise. If I do like open up the filter, I want some of that noise in there. Kind of get more of that analog type of goodness. Yeah, something like that. Cool. That's working. Might just push this up a skosh. All right, so let's actually use oscillator 3 as well, and get some bottom end girth in here. So on this one, I'm going to put it down an octave below oscillators 1 and 2, and I'm not going to detune it. I'm just going to throw it down one more octave, and we'll also use a square wave and just mix this in as needed. If if I push this oscillator 3 up too much, it's just going to be completely overbearing and boomy and not sound good. As you can hear there. So let's just dial that right down to about there. Really adds a nice bit of weight there. So now let's kind of dial in the filter section. I don't really want any resonance on this. Let's just turn the attack up slightly. So what I do want though is a really slow filter envelope that just sweeps up ever so slightly and then decays down slow as well. So we get a little bit of movement with the filter, but but I don't really want it super prominent and in your face, but just to introduce some movement to the bass. I want, I think, like a long attack on the filter envelope here. Yeah, something like that where it just really kind of swells up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that will work. There's our bass right there. Obviously we can tweak that a little bit if we need to, but I think that is good to go. So let's do a little bit of side chaining on this. Let's do some side chaining on this first. And we'll just rename this bass. And we're going to send this through our bass tracks. In case I want to do any parallel processing here, that's already ready to go. So on the bass, I'm just going to add some sidechain first off. So we'll go with Mr. Shaper Box, and this is a nice starting sidechain curve preset that works well with basses. So we'll start with this and dial in a little sidechain. good for now. About 70% sounds nice. And then I will maybe add a little saturation to this as well. So I'm just going to use Mr. Omega. I really like this plugin. Yeah. Adds a little bit of gain, but it really just adds just a really tasteful, really nice amount of saturation in a really nice way, and just makes it feel like it comes alive. Yeah, I really like what that does to the sound. I think it warms it up nicely, and that'll be nice. I'll probably do some more EQ and maybe some subtle compression on that, but for now it's fine. Let's see here. I will actually add a reverb for the bass too. So let's rename this one. Let's call this Hall Verb. Yeah, that's fine. So on the reverb though, what I want to do is, first off, I don't want any reverb cluttering the low end, so I'm just gonna on the input add a low cut here. And just cut out everything below about 250 straight away, and then add a low pass or a high cut as well. Okay, and then I'm going to add, we'll just use the vintage verb, and I'm just going to go for a big concert hall type sound, the long decay. I really like the 1980s color. I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but that's just kind of my preferred, unless I'm going for something that I want to be dark. I'll go for the 1970s, but I really like the 1980s color. So that, I don't think I'm going to change anything else there. Let's see what that sounds like on the bass. Yeah, it's nice. You know, for the most part, this is going to be really, you know, just filtered down, low bass. But when you open up that filter, get a nice spaced out, big reverb hall sound. Let's also add a delay here, just to extend that reverb tail a little bit and kind of get it maybe moving a little bit more from left to right. I'll just use a stock Fruity Delay 2, and I have this little preset here called Bass Reverb Ping Pong, and it's just a simple eighth dotted timing with a basic ping pong reverb that's, you know, filtered down, so a lot of the top end's rolled off, and it's just going to give it a nice little bit of stereo ping pong movement. Yeah. I like that. That will work, I think. Let's see here. Let's let's also just maybe see if let's open up that filter a little bit more. Give a little bump to that 1500 range, right in the mid range there. I think that will just kind of help give that reverb a little bit more attitude when it does come into the when it does come into play. And I also might need to fine tune and tweak this EQ. I might need to take out some more of the low end, maybe cut out some resonating frequencies, but for now that's the basic kind of setup there, and I think that will work nice. I also might add or use a different note here. So maybe we could try alternating between the C and just mute this for a second. Yeah, I think let's try just alternating between the C and the A sharp. So I am just going to copy this over one more time, and then we'll move it down to the A sharp there. And then I might expand on this depending on what sort of other melodic elements I add later. But for now, maybe just a basic kind of pattern like this will do. think that will do it for this one. So I'm going to stop there, and we'll pick it up in the next video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.